How are you, my dear SSC candidates? I hope everyone is okay and fine. In the previous class, I have also explained the first structure is the cell organelles and also the assignment based topics. Today, I have also selected another topics in it's also the assignment based topics, basically the chapter 2 and the cell and also tissue. Today I have also selected the tissue and also the plant tissue. Here's the plant tissue. I have also drawn this structure. Basically plant tissue, they are of two types. Here's the one type is the meristematic tissue and second is the permanent tissue. But in this syllabus, basically SSC syllabus, we have also learned about the permanent tissue. Here's the permanent tissue. They are again also two types. First types, not only two types, basically they are also three types, but in these books we have also learned the briefly basically the simple tissue and also the complex tissue. Another type is the excretory tissue. Here's the simple tissue. We also learn about they are also three types. First type is the parenchyma, second is the collenchyma, and third is the sclerenchyma. And again also the complex tissue we have also know about they are also the two types. First type is the xylem and second is the phloem. And another topics, basically another structure, xylem, they are also four types. First type is the tracheids, second is the vessels, third is the fibers, and fourth is the xylem parenchyma. And again the phloem, they are also the four types. First type is the sheath cell, second is the companion cell, third is the phloem parenchyma, and fourth is the phloem fiber. Now please everyone see the books first. We have also know about the what's the tissue and the what's the structure and their figure. First structure. Tissue cell is the structural and functional unit of organisms. The functions of unicellular and multicellular organisms are performed in different ways. From the first day of the advent of world's primitive animals, protozoa performs all its activities, such as digestion, growth, reproduction in a single cell till today. While the multicellular organism has different organs for different metabolic activities. Now, plant tissue. An ensemble of the similar or different types of cells with the same origin and the performing a specific function is called tissue. Please, everyone underline the tissue. What's the meaning of the tissue? Plant tissues are of two types. First is the, again I also explained, the meristematic tissue and the permanent tissue. The cell of meristematic tissues are capable of cell division, but the cells of permanent tissue are not. So it's also the one of the point of the differentiate. First is the meristematic tissue and second is the permanent tissue. Tissue can be grouped into three types. First is the simple tissue, the complex tissue, and the excretory tissue. Here we will also discuss about the simple tissue and the again first simple tissue. They are of the basically three types. First type is the parenchyma tissue. My dear students, I have just drawn this structure, the thin layer structure, and they have also the intercellular space, and they have also the protoplasm, and the middle and also center point is the nucleus. Now, parenchyma. Parenchyma cells are seen in almost every part of a plant. Cells of these types are living, isodiametric, thin-walled and turgid with protoplasm. Intercellular space is found in the parenchyma cells. This structure is the intercellular space, and the cells are thin-walled and the walls are composed of cellulose. But as these chemical components, the first structure is the cellulose. Again, when chloroplasts are present in these types of cells, they are called parenchyma, but now the name is the chlorenchyma. When the chloroplast is present, The parenchyma cells with air-filled spaces are called parenchyma. The another name is the parenchyma ant, as are usually big in size and found in aquatic plants. The main functions of parenchyma cells are to organize the body or body parts of plants to produce, transport and store food. Second structure is the collenchyma. Now I have also drawn this structure is the parenchyma. Second is the collenchyma, and they have also the wall thick structure and the another structure, chemical base structure. First is the cellulose and second is the pectin. Now the collenchyma. Collenchyma tissues are a special type of the parenchyma cells. The walls of the cells become thick with the completion of cellulose and pectin. These walls are irregularly thickened and with thicker corners. The cells are elongated, filled with protoplasm. Intercellular spaces may be present. The borders of the cells may be triangular, slim or oblique. The main functions are to produce food and provide the plants with mechanical support and vigilance. The example first is the cucurbita and second is the leucas, etc. etc. Now the another topics. Here's the another topics. I have just drawn this structure. Basically they are also the not thin. They are also the thick shaped structure and they are also the strong shaped structure. Now the sclerenchyma. Tissue composed of cells with the thickening of walls with lignin for providing mechanical support is called the sclerenchyma. When in the early stage for their development, sclerenchyma cells are alive, losing the living protoplasm. Yes, they are losing the protoplasm when they become mature. The main functions of sclerenchyma tissues are to provide. Basically, they also help the mechanical support. They are also the strong the mechanical support and rigidity and to the conduct, water and the minerals. There are two types of sclerenchyma cells. First is the fibers and second is the scleroids. First is the fibers. They are elongated, slender, thick walled and both their ends are pointed or sometimes rounded. In their walls, they have pores called pits. Based on their origin and structure, they are called by different names, such as the bast fiber, surface fiber, xylem fiber, or wood fiber. Second structure is the scleroids. Because of their hardness, these are called the stone cells. Please everyone underline the stone cells. Compared with most fibers, these cells are the shorter, isodiametric or sometimes long and star-shaped. Their secondary cell walls are durable, thick and lignified. Mature scleroid cells are usually dead. My dear students, again I have also repeated the another structure is the complex tissue. Here's the complex tissue. I have also drawn the cartilage, vessel, xylem fiber and xylem parenchyma and the xylem. What's the structure and what's the functions of the xylem? Basically, they are also the help to the water. Again, the complex tissue. Here's the first structure is the xylem. Xylem developed during the growth from precambium is called primary xylem. Secondary xylem is the xylem growth during the secondary growth from the vascular cambium. Primary xylem is of two types, protoxylem and the metaxylem. At the primary stage, it is called the protoxylem and after maturity, it is called the metaxylem. Metaxylem develops after the protoxylem but before secondary growth. Yes. Here I have also drawn first structure is the protoxylem and second is the metaxylem. What's the difference between the protoxylem and also the metaxylem? Yes. First structure protoxylem. When is also this structure is from procambium small shaped structure, the another name is the protoxylem. When the another structure they are drawn is also the metaxylem. So we have also known basically xylem are the two types. First type is the protoxylem and second is the metaxylem. And also the metaxylem cells are usually larger tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fiber. My dear students, our last structure basically phloem is also helps to the food. Again is the phloem. The phloem tissue organizes the vascular bundle in association with the xylem. The xylem transports water as raw materials of food and the phloem conducts food produced in leaves to the different parts of the plant. This type of tissue is composed of 6 cells comprehensive phloem parenchyma and phloem fiber. Please note on this structure basically without nucleus they are the another name is the 6 cell. My dear students, I have also today selected the assignment based topics. Our first topics, it was in the previous class. We have also explained about the tissue cell organelles. Here the cell organelles, I have also explained the cell wall, and the next structure is the plastids. Here the plastids. We have also known they are also the pigments, the pigments. Today I have just selected the tissue. Yes, basically I have also explained the plant tissue. Today I think that's enough. That's all today. Goodbye.